Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really bold premise about something you and I literally do every single day: drinking water. We're going to look at what researchers are calling the hydration paradox. It's a theory that pretty much challenges everything we think we know about hydration, weight loss, and the actual molecular structure of the stuff in our glasses.
I mean, we've all heard the golden rule, right? Drink 8 glasses of water a day and you'll lose weight. So you do it. You haul a massive jug everywhere you go. You are officially hydrated. But you're still tired. You're still bloated. And honestly, the scale hasn't budged an inch. So why is doing everything exactly right getting you absolutely zero results?
Well, according to a growing body of researchers, the answer might be that most of the water we drink here in the US is what they call dead water. See, before it even reaches your lips, it's been heavily processed, chemically treated, and forced through miles of artificial, sometimes lead, pipes. And the claim here is that this whole rough journey completely destroys the water's natural molecular structure. So your body actually has to spend more energy just to process it instead of using it to fuel your metabolism.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this metric right here, 20%. The explainer proposes a solution called SlimCrystal. It's a method that uses the natural vibration of gemstones to restructure this dead water. The really bold claim? This process makes the water up to 20% more oxygenated. They're calling it a breakthrough in living water, and they position it as the missing puzzle piece for stubborn weight loss.
So, let's move into part 1 of this theory, the metabolism engine.
To really understand why dead water is such a problem, think of your metabolism like a high-performance engine. Water is supposed to be both your coolant and your fuel. But if you flood that engine with sludge, meaning unstructured dead water, it's going to run hot, it's going to run slow, and eventually it's going to break down. When your cells are flooded with this unstructured water, your hunger hormones just go absolutely haywire. Your brain thinks you're low on energy, so you crave sugar. Your digestion slows to a crawl, and you just feel constantly heavy. Structured water, on the flip side, is pitched as the pure coolant that lets the whole system run at peak efficiency.
70. That's the percentage of our bodies that is made up of water. And there's a pretty stark irony here, you know? Americans spend literally billions of dollars every single year on diet pills and crazy gym memberships, but we're almost entirely ignoring the exact substance that makes up 70% of who we are. We're just treating the symptoms while completely ignoring the foundation.
And this is exactly where the structured water movement comes in. Leaning heavily on the work of pioneers like Dr. Masaru Emoto, the pitch suggests that water is deeply sensitive to frequency. By placing specific crystals near your water, you can supposedly restore its natural hexagonal structure, making it exactly like the pure water you'd find in a natural glacier. Because it's back in this natural state, the theory goes that it's absorbed almost instantly, flushing out toxins and totally waking up a sleeping metabolism.
Which brings us to part 2, the solution and the mechanics behind SlimCrystal.
So you might be wondering, how do you actually get this structured water into your daily routine? Well, the pitch describes this product as far more than just a fancy glass container. It's a precisely engineered energy chamber. Housed inside the base of each bottle is a unique proprietary combination of 9 semi-precious natural gemstones, stones that have been used for centuries to promote healing and vitality. The idea is that the water is basically charged by the resting frequency of these stones, altering its structure before you even take a sip.
Let's quickly break down some of the specific gemstones they highlight. First up is citrine, known as the success stone, which they link directly to improving digestion and natural energy. Then you've got amethyst, positioned as a stress reliever to help curb those emotional late-night sugar cravings. And finally, clear quartz, which they call the master healer. This one acts as an amplifier, basically boosting the energetic properties of all the other stones inside the chamber.
According to the presentation, the effects are immediate. Within minutes, the water's pH levels balance out and its oxygen content noticeably increases. So you aren't just drinking plain old water anymore, they claim you're consuming a metabolic infusion. And the real appeal they're pushing here, it's the simplest health habit in the world. You don't have to adopt some grueling new routine, you're just changing the structural quality of the water you're already drinking every single day.
All right, moving on to part 3, beyond weight loss.
While the initial hook of this explainer is all about metabolism, weight loss is framed as just the very first side effect of a much larger transformation. Users of SlimCrystal reportedly experience a massive surge in natural, jitter-free energy. They describe that daily brain fog totally lifting, and even their skin looking more radiant and glowing. The underlying theory? Well, when your cells are finally actually hydrated at a structural level, they can stop struggling and get back to their real job, repairing your body.
So, the crucial point the source makes here is about the high manufacturing standards. This is a professional-grade glass bottle designed to last a lifetime. That means absolutely zero plastic chemicals leaching into your drinking water. The high-vibration crystals are ethically sourced, and there are no expensive monthly refills you have to worry about. It's positioned as a safe one-time investment in your cellular health.
Let's look at part 4, the offer and the guarantee.
Looking at how this pitch wraps up, they definitely use marketing psychology to create some urgency around the limited supply of these hand-selected crystals. They highly recommend a 2-bottle package discount, suggesting you keep one at home and one at the office, or maybe give the second one to a spouse. Plus, they bundle it with free digital bonuses like the Slimming Crystal Healing and Healthy Fat Loss ebooks. But the real cornerstone of the offer is their 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. They boldly promise that if your energy doesn't surge, if your cravings don't vanish, and if you don't like what you see in the mirror, you get a full refund.
And that brings us to the core of this whole presentation. It leaves us with a pretty direct challenge to rethink a habit as fundamental as drinking water. It forces us to ask, is it finally time to stop drinking dead water and give your metabolism a spark? This theory certainly challenges the status quo. Thank you for joining me on this explainer. And hey, remember to always keep questioning the science and the structure behind the everyday things around us.